A new animation was just datamined of the ending of 11.2, and looks like the Dark Heart is not what we previously thought it was. Previously we believed this was a prototype of the Dragon Soul made by Deathwing, but it didn't make sense. Why would a being such as Xal'atath that was recently confirmed to be as old as 500,000 years, why would she be so bent on using some random trinket of a dragon on Azeroth? Well, we've just learned that not only is the Dark Heart a part of Dimensius, meaning that this could be his literal heart, but he gets absorbed in it and Xal'atath stays behind to collect him. The Dark Heart appears to be the most powerful artifact we could ever seen, and obviously something that is going to trigger the invasion in Midnight. However, let's look at everything we know, because finally we may be looking at the actual answer to what it is, and it looks like it is much worse and much more powerful than the Dragon Soul. While having the best deals on the market for all games and software, Gamivo just added mobile top-ups for your favorite mobile games with the best prices that you can get with my Gamivo link in the description below. Best of all, if you use my code DORON, your discount will be even bigger, so make sure to use my link in the description and the code and check out Gamivo. We've been talking about the Dark Heart for a while now, speculating what it could be, but we have some really crazy reveals from 11.2 and the final boss fight against Dimensius, where we do in fact learn some very new points. So, Dark Heart, as you may remember, was introduced in Dragonflight. Iridikron formed some sort of an alliance with Xal'atath, and she managed to acquire this artifact. Based on the limited and very limited info, in fact, we believe this to be an artifact of Deathwing, as after all it was found where he originally was. It was incredibly similar to the Demon Soul or the Dragon Soul that was later used, and we believe that he just experimented before he came out with the real deal, and that this Dark Heart was like some version 1 of this project that was abandoned, and then Xal'atath decided to use it for herself. Now, this never really made sense to me, as why would a being as powerful as Xal'atath rely on some artifact made by a random dragon in the grand scale of things? I mean, this stopped making complete sense at all when we learned who Xal'atath really is in 11.2. Some spoilers here obviously, but a quick recap is that Karesh itself was destroyed a bit more than 100,000 years ago, and Xal'atath used to be immortal as well. Her own world was destroyed much before that, so she could literally be like 500,000 years old. She's, as far as we know, the most ancient being we had ever encountered personally, if we don't count the Titans or Sergeras. We then learned that she was forced to serve Dimensius, but on Karesh, while he was invading and doing his thing, she found a perfect opportunity to betray her master. She allied with the Karesh race and gathered artifacts from Karesh that were apparently very powerful, and together with them they destroyed both the planet and Dimensius, but they never really managed to finish the job, as he was only fragmented and never destroyed, and now he is reforming. Now, with this new lore in mind, do you really think some ancient void harbinger that is like 500,000 years old, that has visited countless planets, destroyed who knows how many planets, should come to Azeroth to steal some early prototype for a random Titan empowered dragon? This honestly made zero sense, and now with the new datamined information from 11.2 and the finale of the patch, I think we can really figure out why. So, the new info is that we have discovered Dimensius' defeat animation, which is actually just the finale of 11.2, but it is also the true finale of the War Within and the start of what is about to happen in Midnight. We discover that the Dark Heart is actually embedded in his chest, and at the end, he's absorbed in it, as the animation shows. Even more crazy is the fact that during phase 2 of the boss fight, we're actually pulled inside the artifact itself, and this strongly suggests that this is not only an artifact, but this is like a portal to a different dimension, or like a pocket prison. This artifact so far seems incredibly powerful, much more ancient and much more significant than something like the Demon Soul. Looks like it was actually the other way around, and that the Dragon Soul was probably an imitation of this artifact that Deathwing may have discovered. In the current active patch, we had the time travel to the time of the Black Empire, and at this time, Xal'atath was a free agent, she was not serving Dimensius, and the Old Gods somehow managed to defeat her and imprison her. It's almost certain that she brought a Dark Heart with her. It might just have been lost, and Deathwing, as a dragon of the earth and the deep places, just like Iridikron, discovered it, and he kinda studied the entire thing. This could potentially be what actually drove him mad. Now, Xal'atath's real goal was to get her weapon back, but the question now arises, what exactly is this artifact? So, as you may remember, at the end of 11.1, the Void Ethereals had infiltrated Xal'atath and the Goblins, and they stole it and took it to Karesh. We just recently learned that these Shadow Guard Ethereals are actually traitors, and they're not serving Xal'atath nor the Ethereals, and they're working directly for Dimensius, who is reforming. This is evident as in the boss fight, Dimensius has the Dark Heart, they brought it to him. Seeing the name Heart and the fact that in the model and the animation it is embedded in his chest, this could actually be a part of Dimensius, like this could be Dimensius's own Dark Heart. The lore from 11.2 revealed that Xal'atath learned about these ribbons, these artifacts from Karesh, and they're insanely powerful, and she realized that this is now her chance to break free and get rid of this guy that destroyed her planet as well. They did ultimately manage to destroy him, but they didn't really finish the job. They had fragmented him all across the cosmos, and parts of him were everywhere, like the one we had encountered on Outland. Now, with the Dark Heart, it seems like he's getting back to his former self, as if he's recovered, and this is really bad news. So realistically, based on the current information, this Dark Heart may indeed be the very essence of Warlord. However, some spoilers ahead, but this gets way worse at the end of the battle, because we already know the outcome. Dimensius is not in fact restored, I know, a big shocker, he is defeated, and our brand new ally, Xal'atath, obviously betrays us. The animation shows that he is essentially fully absorbed by this Dark Heart, and we learn from the finale that Xal'atath stays behind after this fight in order to secure Dimensius. Very likely, she harvested his insanely powerful essence in this pocket dimension. Even more interestingly, it reveals that the Dark Heart may also be a pocket dimension of sorts. Do you remember when Khadgar, at the start of this expansion, was trapped inside for a bit and then he managed to escape? He wasn't destroyed by the artifact, but he was imprisoned by this pocket prison realm, or whatever it really is. I've talked about this in the previous video, how based on the new cosmology chart, we have the low and the high energy realms, and the high energy can easily go into the lower ones, but the other way around is very difficult. It was foreshadowed that soon a giant migration will happen from the low energy realms being the void, and if this new influx of energy happens, it could threaten to break the entire mechanism that holds the universe together, and it was hinted Azeroth is holding the universe together. This is really what the jailer meant when he said what is to come. I think the Dark Heart, seeing how much it absorbed and how much energy it currently has with a full-on Warlord inside it, it could be just enough to be used as a spark for the Sunwell in order to provide this energy for the void beings to come, for this void migration to happen. If you read the new cosmology book, it also stated that there are anomalies and the realms that are like in between, where souls can get stuck, like a limbo. This is, for example, how we get resurrected in the black and white screen you see before you come back. The Dark Heart could be something similar to this, like a pocket dimension, holding all these beings together, just collecting this energy that would ultimately be used to trigger the invasion. It is strongly hinted Xal'atath plans to become a new Dimensius, but I don't think it's as simple as we had previously thought. I don't think this is the cookie-cutter recipe of create a portal, invade the world, take over, empower herself, and just absorb Azeroth. I think Xal'atath may be trying to break the mechanism with this new influx of low energy void to a high energy realm. It could break Azeroth that is holding the entire mechanism together, and then bad things are going to happen. Essentially, if there is no mechanism balancing the realms, one side is going to take all the power, in this case Xal'atath and the Void, and she is going to become much more powerful than any other being in the universe, levels ahead of the Titans or Sargeras or the Void Lords, and this is all going to be facilitated by the Dark Heart. Thanks for watching. Check out the new reveal on how Midnight Invasion will happen by clicking on the screen, and check out my new video on the Roman Empire that I've recorded live on site in Malta by clicking on the screen as well. See you next time!